file would be something called input file. File is ready. This is the first storage account. First container, small, pretty small sample input file. Here is the content. Okay. Now let's have second storage container. As per the diagram, second storage account, second container file. I will take the second tab, one more tab, home, click on create resource. Create resource. Next, here we go. Storage account. Click create. So first storage account, first container input file. Second storage account. Second storage account. And here just leave the remaining as it is. Advanced. Data lake storage. Click create. Click create. Click create like this. The purpose of data lake storage: faster, secured, big data. Faster, secured, big data. Of course, costly. So you got second storage account ready. This will be our destination. So source to destination staging is optional. Okay. Previous classes we got storage account as a stage. It's optional. Few examples we use stage. Few other examples we didn't use. It's completely optional. But advantage of stage: faster transformations. Downside: extra cost. In this example, as per the diagram here, I'll take container file in ADF. We are going to perform incremental loads. As per the diagram, you may include staging, DIUs. I'll go with the default DIUs. Friends, how many default DIUs do you remember? The default DIUs, how many are there? Default DIUs?
8.
8, sir.
8, sir.
4.
4.
Okay. Fine, let's continue. No worries, we'll continue. Please try to refer to things carefully. It's not 4, it's not 8. Long ago, you got one notes. Do you remember DIU and polybase? You got these notes with you? Do you remember? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's clear? Clear everyone, please? Are we clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Let's go with the default DIU and the default IR. What is that? Auto resolving IR, because everything is Azure, right? Auto resolving IR. Default. Staging optional. Okay. So first storage account ready, first container ready, first file input. Second storage account ready, a data lake storage. Inside this data lake storage, come on, what we need to do? Container, right, isn't it? Small, this is simple for data lake, remember. So how you created the data lake? Regular storage account, advanced, enable the option. Container, click on container, click create. Click on container and create. Once we click on this container, click on container, next. Initially, nothing is there, okay? It's empty. So first source is ready with some small sample content for our easy practice. Second, destination is empty. Back. Here it is. Storage account 1. Source. Storage account 2. Sync. Resources. Storage account create. Container. And upload the given source file. Verify the file content. Go to click on the uploaded file, edit, verify the content. Here you go. Upload the file, click on the file, edit. Once we upload the file, click and edit. Okay, next. Once we are ready with the source and destination, okay, next step. Our requirement. What's our requirement now? Our main agenda is to work with incremental loads. For now, file incremental loads, and then later we go for table level incremental loads. We'll do one by one. So here it is. Please go through step 1, storage account source, container, upload file, storage account 2, advanced, enable ADLS Gen 2, and container. Are we clear so far? Step 1, I'll wait. Please, mic with everyone. Let me know.
Yes. Yes, sir. Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Let's continue. Tell me. Yes.
So can I ask question?
Tell me, please tell me. Yes.
So this ADLS Gen 2, which type of problems it will solve, and what is the background of this one?
Background means?
Means suppose Spark previously HDFS it is work. Now this ADLS 2, what is the advantage? Means this one is Azure data lake only, right? I guess correct only, right?
Data lake storage Gen 2.
Means Gen 2 means generation 2 means previously
Yes.
generation 1 also is there.
Used to be there. Now no more anyway. Now it is Gen 2.
So what is the difference? Any idea? Means I'm not sure.
Faster, secure, big data, costly.
Only that one. Okay.
Yes. Just like hard disk, then we got SSD, right? We used to have floppy disk, then hard disk, then SSD. Same. Faster, secure, costly.
So this one there is no means backend. It's not pointing to
No
blob.
Hadoop,
Nothing. It's a separate
no
hard disk.
Hive, no Hadoop, no Hive, no Spark, nothing like that.
Okay. So metadata where it will store?
Which metadata?
Means suppose you are copying the file, right? So you given one input file. That input information on something it will be stored in the metadata, right? So this file is available here, like that. Means in Hadoop it will go with the name node.
I don't know Hadoop firstly, so I cannot compare.
In SQL Server also, I think it will store. Suppose one table is there, the table information it will store somewhere, right?
In storage account only, nowhere else. It's a storage.
Okay.
Assume you have some file in a pen drive where the metadata is stored. The pen drive only, right? The same thing here is a storage. Regular
The
storage.
storage.
It's not a cluster. It's not a cluster to compare with Hadoop.
Okay. No, I'm asking. I have doubts. That's why I'm asking. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Others, shall I continue? Others, please. Are
Yes.
we clear?
Sir, please.
Let's continue. Where we are? Source and destination ready. Now, it's not mandated to create multiple tabs, okay? For easy learning. Hope you are writing your observation notes. Then our learning will be safe. Go to home. Then, this is a resource. I'll click on it. Well, let's wait. What's our requirement? As per the notes, in Azure portal, create ADF resource. Done. Go to data factory, copy data tool. Yes, we are going back to copy data tool. Previously, we got copy data tool initially, then data flow. Now let's understand more on copy data tool pertaining to incremental loads. Then we again will go back to data flow task and understand incremental loads. We need to learn when to use which. So for that, we need to have the property to property comparisons. So we are going back to copy data tool, scheduled pipelines now. Previously one-time activity, now scheduled activity. Data factory, copy data tool. Specify a task name and set a schedule. Go to data factory. Next. Click on ingest schedule. Okay. There are two types here. Regular schedule, say for example, occurs every 1 hour, something like this. Other option called tumbling window. Few more add-ons. Regular schedule plus retry interval. For example, retry once more. If pipeline fails at the first attempt in that schedule, one more retry or try 2 more times with an interval of, for example, 1 minute gap in between the completions. Assume, for example, the pipeline fails at 7:30 a.m. After 1 minute, again pipeline starts to execute. If the failure status is reported by 7:34 a.m., after 1 minute, again at 7:35, one more retry goes. Concurrency, important. This is, concurrency means number of parallel executions for the pipeline. Friends, earlier, attendees were practicing on time. Do you remember DOP, DOCP? Do you remember?
Yes.
Connections.
Parallel process.
Yes. Parallel connections, parallel processing. Here, concurrency is different, entirely different. Concurrency refers to the number of parallel executions of the pipeline. Yes, here it is a traditional ETL environment.
ఏమండి ఏం కావాలంటే వాడికి?
only one execution for ETL package we call.
ఇదిగో ఇక్కడ ఉందిరా, చూపిస్తా.
Traditional ETL, one execution at a time. If someone is executing the package, I cannot execute it, though I have access. That used to be the case. For example, SSIS or DTS, older environments. And even the older versions of Metallion also. I could see that few attendees have signed up for Metallion ETL. Even there also, same thing. In older versions. Now we have nice options like concurrency. Meaning, Metallion is a ETL environment, okay? Metallion is a preferred ETL nowadays in few particular countries for Hadoop storage, Hive data structures, and Snowflake. These three. Regular Microsoft environments, yes, no doubt, ADF and Synapse ruling the world. Non-Microsoft I was talking about, Snowflake, Hadoop data structures, and recent versions of Hive, we have Metallion. A separate concept altogether. Generally, earlier, traditional ETL, one pipeline execution at a time. If I execute, my colleague cannot do it. If my job is running, my other admin's job cannot run it now. They keep waiting, blocking. Here, up to how many parallel executions possible in that pipeline? That is possible using tumbling window, remember. Same wizard, right? Earlier classes, but I'm just focusing on the leftovers. Now, I repeat once again, schedule. Regular schedule run every hour, 24 hours, etc. Tumbling window means retry interval and concurrency. Next, source. New connection. You may reuse existing one. For now, new connection. Blob connection. Where is this blob? Inside Azure. So obviously it would be using auto resolving IR only, right? Are we getting it now, everyone? Within Azure, IR, auto resolving IR. Do you remember this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, friends. So here we go. Storage account 1. Test connection. Click create. Okay. Next, browse for the path. Input file. Okay. File loading behavior. Remember, we are scheduling it, right? So the interface has minor changes. Here we need to say incremental loads. Nice, interesting item. Binary copy. Meaning to read structural changes. What does it mean? Intentionally, there is a typo here. Product name, it should be the D is missing. Intentionally. We are going to modify the schema. Next few minutes. The schema changes will also get reflected in the destination. File will be created and schema changes will be incrementally loaded. To capture those structural changes, we have binary copy. And back to our notes. So here it is. New connection, blob storage, select storage account, test connection. Browse for the input file, choose the file. Loading behavior is incremental load. Incremental load, last modified date. This one. Check binary copy. What's the purpose? To detect structural changes. Two parameters will be auto created. Window start, window end.